Welcome to My Off-Grid Adventures. I'm Frank and I'm glad you're here with me today for this video of how to configure your solar panel array so that it works to the most capacity that your receiving device, your solar generator, is capable of taking in. I am not an expert in this area and I wrestled with this. I watched so many hours of videos on YouTube about how to set up my system. And then I did it, I set it up, I built the array, and it didn't work. So I made mistakes that I just couldn't figure out because I didn't quite know how to do the math. So I'm sure you've already watched some videos, or if you haven't, I encourage you to go back to YouTube and watch them later about what it means to wire your panels in series or in parallel or in series and parallel. But each of those things does something different. When you wire in series, you're just kind of stringing them all together in one row. You are then combining the voltage of each of your solar panels, but you're not combining the amperage. The opposite is true when you wire in parallel. You're combining the amperage, but not the voltage. So that is a challenge when you're trying to get the max wattage and capacity out of your solar array. You want to be able to hit as high as you can without crossing that limit. So I created an Excel file for myself, and I hope that you'll enjoy it too. It's available for free on my company's website. I own Amplify Marketing Services, and the place where you can download this calculator is amplifymarketers.com solar panel calculator, and that is solar-panel-calculator. And then you can download this for free. You don't even have to give me an email address or do anything. It's just something I made for myself that I wanted to share with you. But this is going to help me. It already did. All that you have to do when you download it, don't get too worried by all the numbers here. All you have to do is put in your data in the yellow fields. So look at the solar generator that you have or that you're looking at buying and enter in the specs for the wattage, the maximum voltage, and the maximum amps. And then do the same thing for your solar panel. Look at the max power in wattage, the open circuit voltage, and the short circuit current, which is your amperage, and then enter how many. And then in this area over here, if you are thinking of doing both series and parallel, enter the number of panels you intend to have in each series, and then the number of sets that you intend to have in parallel. And doing this math helped me figure out what I needed for my setup. I already had bought 8 of the panels, so I wanted to get the most use out of it, but I can use some of the other panels for a separate solar project that I have coming up. But in this case, it'll just populate everything, and it'll show you all the fields that are green will automatically populate to show you what's underneath your maximum limit, and the red will show you what's above it. So I can't have more than 6 solar panels in series without getting into problems with going over my voltage limit of 150. In parallel, I can't have more than 2 panels in parallel because it combines the amperage and I'd get over that 15 amps limit. So I'm not satisfied with just wiring in series 6 of these because I'm then only going to have 5 amps and 759 watts. So that's not enough. I want to get as close to the 1600 watts as I can that my generator will take in. So what I'm going to do then is have 3 solar panels in series and have 2 sets of them for 6 total solar panels. I'll use the other 2 that I have at a different location later. And that will give me a combined voltage of 145.8, which is just nicely under the 150 limit, an amperage limit of 10.42, which is below the 15. Wish I could get a little closer, but I can't. And then wattage will be 1519, which is just nicely at the top of that 1600 maximum capacity. So that's my setup. I'm going to do 2 sets of 3 panels wired in series. So that's how I'm going to do it, and I hope that this is helpful to you. I have links to the devices that I'm using, to the generator and to the solar panels, but you can look up any of your own stats and figure that out. Building the solar array was physically challenging, but it was the mental struggle of how to connect them and how to wire it that was the hardest for me. So I'll have a video about that later on. If you'd like to see that, please subscribe and follow us to see how that array goes together. I'm not going to do that till it's complete and I have everything ready. But if you'd like to see that, please subscribe and check in when that comes. And if you enjoyed this video, would you please give it a thumbs up? Also, leave a note in the comments if this is helpful. I'd love to hear if anybody else got the help that they needed to make this difficult and challenging decision of how many solar panels, what type of generator, and how to combine it in the best way for your specific use. Well, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.